Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Inner Life One-on-One. Okay, here's another video of the news from that was News 11A Live, and they are actually diving into Eligio, Nature Boy, being a cult leader. They are really, this man is going to go down like the other cult leaders have, okay? He has so many crimes against humanity, and they're talking about him being in other countries and having problems with the law in other countries, him and the cult. And they're diving into it, and they're finding out that this man is abusive, and just through his videos, just basically through his videos. So here we go. Let me play this for you.
Here tonight, an accused cult leader denied bond today in DeKalb County as he faces charges of rape and false imprisonment, too.
Police say Eligio Bishop and his followers that they have taken over a home just outside Decatur. But the allegations against him and his group go far beyond that. We have team coverage tonight, starting with Joe Ripley live at the DeKalb County Police Department.
Yeah, good evening, Jeff and Chiba. And it was earlier today when we saw Eligio Bishop appear before a judge for the first time since being arrested earlier this week at that DeKalb County home on charges of rape, false imprisonment, as well as a host of other charges. Police say they were tipped off from Bishop's social media posts. I'll show you a picture of that house now. Police arrested him here at this home in the neighborhood in DeKalb County. I spoke with a member of Carbon Nation. This is the group that Bishop heads. He calls himself, this member, Captain Ace. Ace says the group has millions of followers worldwide and focuses on leading a life of principles and morals. Ace says 14 people stay at that home, professing themselves as Bishop's disciples. He has been with the group about 4 years, says he met Bishop through social media, and tells me Bishop's posts resonated with him. Ace refers to his leader as, quote, God, and denied the allegations he faces, calling his leader's arrest one of the most troubling experiences he's ever had.
In my mind, he's not locked up. In my mind, I keep the thought frequency that he is free. And because I know that where my attention goes, that's what my reality will support.
You hear the word cult. Obviously, in this day and age, you definitely want to do research as to what is going on.
Now, who that guy is, I do not know, but they said that he had members of followers, millions of followers, or at least a million. Now that tells you they're setting this boy up for a cult leader, a major cult leader. Okay? And then they got his social posts, so that then they'll be able to go through it and listen to his manipulations, okay, and how he manipulate things and twist things, and oh my God, this man, he wanted to be famous, and he is going to be famous, but he's going to be famous in jail after they discover everything. And I keep saying one thing they're going to discover is how he molested his daughter online, and how he believed in children being, you know, what I mean. Anyways, let me turn this on. Let you hear the rest of this.
That is Patrick Henderson, a father. You can tell just from his comments, he's very disturbed, concerned by these allegations, as well as this group living down the street from him. He says if you see anything suspicious in your neighborhood, make sure you do your research and report it if it rises to that level of criminality. As for Bishop, he's going to remain in the DeKalb County Jail until Superior Court sets a new court date for him.
All right, Joe. And before Bishop's arrest this week, we uncovered the alleged cult leader had a long history of problems with the law, and he has a big following on social media. Investigator Andy Parati joins us now with more.
Hey, Sheba, he calls himself Bishop, Nature Boy, Christ. Those are just some of the aliases he's used over the past few years, all linked to his religious group with a history of problems in multiple countries.
He thinks he's not locked up, but we are in a state of hell.
This is video of 38-year-old Eligio Bishop posted on his YouTube channel, The Three God TV. It has more than 90,000 subscribers, where he regularly refers to himself as the Messiah and the Christ.
I'm the return of Christ.
He's lived in Georgia on and off since at least 2006 and is a former licensed barber. For years, social media posts and news reports show he and his followers bounced around South America, including Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Panama, adding content to his prolific social media activity on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Because they keep calling the cops over here, and I'm tired of
We found hundreds of videos and posts, many laced with profanity and rants about the world.
being God is not cool.
In 2017, he was accused of keeping a Canadian woman as part of his followers in Costa Rica. Bishop told the Canadian CBC news outlet that the woman was free to leave at any time.
Outstanding.
He was sentenced to 90 days in jail, and then he and about 20 members of the group were forced out of Hawaii for breaking COVID-19 quarantine in 2020.
According to court records, Bishop has been sued twice for failure to pay rent, property damage, and was divorced in 2013. We have much more about this man and his wild history in this story on 11alive.com.
There we go.
Okay, they said they have more about him. That was 11alive.com. And if you want to see that, then you should go and check that out. I would like to record it, but I probably won't be able to. Trying to work on some paperwork, trying to get it out next week. So anyways, guys, there you have it. Eligio. So it's not the court and it's not the DA and all of that is doing this real big investigation. And that's how it starts. Because once the news get involved and they have investigative reporters, once they start discovering the obscenities and the absurdity of this so-called group, they already chose the Jesus part of the Christ part of it. Okay? When you start talking about you the Christ and you the Messiah, baby, now you got the whole of America listening. And they're not playing with their Jesus, okay? They're not playing with their Christ. And Eligio had found that out basically recently within the last months. He's finally said to himself he better not go that way because, he figured out that, people will hurt you just for doing that. So he is going, they're developing the cult leader thing. That's what they're doing. That's the news is developing it. And then once the news develop it and see all of these things, then they have to tell the DA. The DA would have to be notified of these things, and that's why they're holding him. Yeah, he might be. They might not be able to let him go because he's charged with the rape and passing on pictures or something. I don't know if he was sending pictures through text or something. You would think he would get bail for that. But I believe, well, it just seems like what they're doing is holding him until they develop their case, until they develop everything. And they have to charge him in order to hold him. Okay? So he's charged now. Now he's just going to sit there until they find out what they need to find out. Eligio is going to be known as a notorious cult leader just like NXIVM and all these other ones that went down. This is it. This is it. I believe this is it for Eligio, because how can he come out of this? It's nowhere in the world. He's put it all on the internet. He's shown his abuse. He might turn around and say he was acting, but investigative reporters are not going to put that on TV. They're not going to say you're acting. And when they go and take you to court for being a cult leader, an abusive cult leader, messing with children and all this other stuff, they're not going to say you're acting. And of course you wasn't acting when you got hard while dancing with your daughter. We know that your penis wasn't acting. Okay, so he's not going to be able to tell the police and the DA that he's just an actor. And he, because number one, you got to have a what do you call that? A permit. Got to have a permit to do filming and stuff like that in this country. You know, do a production like that in neighborhoods and stuff like that. You have to be known so that the police will know you're there. You have a permit and you're out there blowing things up, or you're out there screaming and yelling and breaking things and hammering things. The police can, when somebody call the police will know, well, they got a permit. This is just a media studio. You know, they're filming something over there. You know, and then you have all the neighbors outside, you know, watching and seeing all the, you know, the celebrities and stuff come by and everything, you know. But that's not happening in Eligio's case. He's too dumb to realize that, you know. This is not Mexico. See, Mexico, you can go to Mexico and tell them this lie because they don't see it every day. We see it every day. They film and stuff in our different cities all over the country, you know, so we've seen this, you know, but Eligio, I mean, those other countries, they don't see it. So they're excited about that when you tell them, but you're going to come here and say you're acting. We know acting when we see it because we're the same as you are, basically, Eligio. We're the same. We have experienced you or experienced people like you as we grew up. So we're the same. We experienced those the same kind of uh, experiences. We had the same experiences. So we, even though we're not abusive, we experience abuse, you know. So we know you. And there's nowhere in the world Eligio is going to tell the DA and all these other people that they're just acting. And all those videos were just an act. This man's going down. This man is going down. And he has too much on him where people were going up against him in video. And they're going to find it. I guarantee you they're going to find it. It's not like BBC going over there, you know, trying to do a documentary on him. No, these people are investigating the dirt. That's what they're looking for, the dirt on this cult. And they're going to come up with it, of course. Thank you, babies, for listening. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Peace and blessings.